Welcome to Freedom Fest. I'm Chip Wood. I'll be the MC here in the mornings for the next 3 days. As you know, if you've looked at the schedule, we have a ton of exciting programs for you. So we're not going to waste a lot of time with commercials and announcements right now. We're going to get right into it. But now I want to bring to the stage Las Vegas's unofficial ambassador to the world. He is really quite a dynamo. If you didn't get that second cup of coffee this morning, don't worry. We're going to get you jazzed up in just about a minute. Our first keynote speaker exploded on the national scene in 2008 when he ran for the vice presidency of the United States on the Libertarian Party ticket. He knew what he was for, and he also knew what he was against. And he expressed all of those incredibly powerfully. Later on this morning, he will be autographing books for you at the literature table in the exhibit hall. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But right now, please join me in welcoming Mr. Excitement, Wayne Allyn Root. Wayne?
Thank you, Chip. Thank you, Chip. Thank you to Mark and Joanne Skousen for inviting me. I'm that other Wayne in Las Vegas. My name is Wayne Allyn Root, War, as my friends call me. The media calls me the King of Vegas. I'm one of 50 people in the world, by the way, with my own star in the sidewalk in Las Vegas, right down the street, just about 3 blocks from here. So from the King of Vegas to all of you, welcome to Freedom Fest. And welcome to the lowest tax state in the United States of America, the Monte Carlo of the United States, Las Vegas, Nevada. Freedom Fest and Mark picked the right place. Here in Nevada, we have 0 income taxes, 0 business taxes, 0 capital gains taxes, 0 death taxes, and the 16th lowest property taxes in the United States of America. I'm proud to be from a state where the state constitution bans income taxes and welcomes guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens. You know what you call a place like that? Heaven. Now, I think Mark picked me to open Freedom Fest for a couple of reasons. First of all, like him, I am a passionate capitalist evangelist. My story literally defines the American dream. I'm an SOB, son of a butcher, turned Ivy League graduate, Columbia University, class of '83 with my classmate, Barack Obama. I'm a small businessman turned citizen politician turned vice presidential nominee of the Libertarian Party, as Don King would say, only in America. I'm a proud Reagan libertarian, which means my heroes are Ronald Reagan, Barry Goldwater, Thomas Jefferson, Jack Kemp, and Ron Paul. I'm a homeschool dad. My favorite congressman of all time, Jack Kemp, from Buffalo, New York, my hometown, New York, New York. I'm a homeschool dad who homeschooled my daughter Dakota to Harvard. And I'm a bit of a rebel and a radical, and I guess you'd say a revolutionary, because I'm not just a Tea Party supporter, I'm a card-carrying member of the AARP, Americans Against Rotten Politicians. I think Freedom Fest is here in Las Vegas because we all have so much in common. In Nevada, we believe no matter what the question is, the answer is it's none of the government's damn business. And no matter how much money you make, it's still your money and your property, not the government's money and property. I think we could all agree in this room that we need to start electing citizen politicians to change the mess in D.C. Citizen politicians who look out for the taxpayers, the small business owners, the financial risk takers, the creators, the innovators, the job creators, not the lawyers, the lobbyists, the unions, the government employees, and the special interests. I think we can all agree that we need politicians who look out for the union, not the teachers union, the government employees union, and the auto workers union. If they can't do that, then I think we all need to learn another acronym, VETO. Vote every one of them out. That's the attitude of this wonderful, libertarian, Wild West frontier state called Nevada, built on the bedrock principles of rugged individualism, self-reliance, personal responsibility, economic and personal freedom. Let me sum it up for you. Do you know what the difference is between Las Vegas and Washington, D.C.? In Vegas, the drunks gamble with their own money. And another big difference, in Nevada, I don't know if you're aware of this, but right down the street from here, prostitution is actually legal. Now, in D.C., it's legal too, but they just happen to call their prostitutes by a different name. Senator. And they're really talented too, because they could screw you from a different room 3,000 miles away. All kidding aside, the Nevada State Constitution is a model for saving America. It's a model for FreedomFest. Not just because we ban income taxes, but because if there are no income taxes, there is no IRS to target you, to demonize you, to hound you, to harass you, to frighten you, to intimidate you, to discourage you, and to punish you for your success. And that, I believe, is the model for America. You want to save this country, find a way to eliminate the income tax and the IRS. Nevada is a model for America, not just because we ban guns, but because we welcome personal freedom. Ask Reason Magazine, who studied the 30 biggest cities in America and voted Las Vegas, Nevada, #1 for personal freedom. Personal freedom is a model for America. Nevada is a model for America because we legalize, regulate, and tax sin, and then we use the money to lower taxes for the rest of us, even those who don't participate in sin. And that's a model for America. We're a model for America because we have the fewest government employees per capita of all 50 states in America. Can you even imagine how many of you would have believed if I had stood up here and told you a couple of years ago that Raul Castro in Cuba just fired 1 million government employees and ended food rations, while here in the United States, we're desperately trying to raise taxes so we can keep all 21 million government employees paid, give them their raises, and pay for 45 million Americans on food stamps. Wow. Most importantly, Nevada is the model because we limit the time politicians can sit in their seats. Our state legislature can only meet 4 months every 2 years. You want to save America, ladies and gentlemen? That's the model. Limit Congress to 4 months every 2 years. Do you remember 2 winters ago when a blizzard shut down the Capitol for a week and all the congressmen were panicking? Oh my God, we're losing $100 million a day. Every day Congress is closed. You know what I call that? A bargain. I say keep Congress closed and we'll take that $100 million loss and call it a win for the taxpayers. And oh, one more thing Nevada does right. Here in Nevada, we know exactly how you treat O.J. Simpson. Now, how did Nevada figure all this out? When you live in a Wild West frontier state, you just have to learn common sense. And we understand here in Nevada that government fails at everything it does. That government isn't the solution, it's the problem. That government feels your pain because they're the ones causing it. And if you think I'm kidding, let's take a quick look at historical facts. A federal appeals court recently ruled that the Veterans Administration suffers from unchecked incompetence. It turns out 18 returning vets commit suicide each day. It turns out 85,000 vets are on waiting lists for care. It turns out 1,500 vets die every year while waiting for care. If you deserve a disability check, you'll be waiting 4 years. How about the U.S. Postal Service? By law, they have no competition, and yet they lose $8 billion a year. In the history of the private sector, no company has ever produced a tax record like that. How about the Department of Education? Government-run public schools are a shambles. 60% dropout rates in large cities all over this country, and the 40% that do graduate get out of school because of social promotion and grade inflation. All the while, Bush increased the Department of Education spending from $30 billion to $60, and Obama added another $125 billion in stimulus money just for education. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do the math. At the start of the year 2000, $30 billion was the cost of education. Today, it's closer to $200 billion. It's almost 7 times more expensive. Does anyone think education is 7 times better? I think it might be 7 times worse. And yet my wife and I homeschooled my daughter, Dakota, and she's now in Harvard, just got back from her first year, straight A's, second team all Ivy League in fencing. And my question is, where's my $100,000 pension? Yeah, you got it. The Department of Energy was founded in 1977 to solve our energy crisis. It now has 100,000 employees, and they spend $24 billion a year. On what? Wouldn't we all be better off they took the $24 billion and just bought us all gas each year? How about the Fed, created in 1913, and the only goal of the Fed, the #1 priority, protect the value of the dollar. And since the Fed's creation, the dollar is down 94%. And how about government employees themselves? The unfunded liabilities on the federal level, $5 trillion. On the local level, somewhere between $1 and $3 trillion. In one state, California, $500 billion. California is our Greece. Nevada intuitively understood all this because we were the home of the most successful legal brothel in American history called the Mustang Ranch. It was a $100 million business. The owner was accused of tax evasion. He was indicted. He fled to Brazil. The federal government took over his brothel, ran it into the ground, and in 1 year declared bankruptcy. Ladies and gentlemen, the moral to the story and the point of FreedomFest, if you can't run a whorehouse and turn a profit, get away from my health care. And get away from the VA and the Energy Department and the Education Department and the Postal Service and the Fed and Social Security and Medicare or anything. The other moral to the story is, if you're waiting for government to save you, you got a long wait. Eternity. Ladies and gentlemen, take a deep breath right now. Breathe in the air. That's the smell of freedom and capitalism in the morning. It's alive and well in very few places in this world or in this country, but it's alive and well in Las Vegas and at FreedomFest. God bless you, God bless capitalism, and God bless America. Thank you.
Wayne, how do you really feel about things? Isn't it really great to see that much passion? Just amazing.